Today, we're going to be answering the question, why does Tower of God get so much hate in the anime community? So let's break some of this down. You got the first set of people in the anime community who simply just dislikes anything that's hyped up or gets a lot of attention or receives awards that they feel like the anime shouldn't receive. So instead of saying the anime doesn't live up to the hype or the anime shouldn't win that award, they in return just call it trash and garbage. And an example would be my feelings on Demon Slayer. I didn't think Demon Slayer should have won Anime of the Year, but I didn't call it trash. I just simply said I didn't think it should have won. I thought it should have went to Promised Neverland, and I thought second place should be Vinland Saga. Doesn't mean that the anime is trash or garbage. It just means I feel like it shouldn't have won that award. Still think it's a great anime. Still had it at number 3 or number 4 for the year, but really good. Anyway, moving on, then you had another set of people in the anime community who were actually really excited about TOG because so many of their fans were saying it's going to be great, it's going to be comparable to One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, and some of the best anime series that we've ever seen. But after watching the first season, they were severely let down, and because of that, they lashed out on the fans and everyone in general. And you can kind of expect that because when you compare something to some of the best animes ever, then when people watch it, it doesn't really live up to that. You're going to see some disappointed fans that lash out. That's just how it always is. Now, the last set of people that I've seen been kind of spreading the most hate towards this anime is the people that really just don't like TOG fans. And what I mean by that is, look, people in the Webtoon community are not used to seeing their series get an anime adaptation. So instead of critiquing it to see things improve in the future, they just mindlessly say it's a 10 out of 10 anime, when everyone can notice that there's some severe issues with the adaptation. It's okay to critique some of your favorite series. I mean, for an example, One Piece fans do it all the time. They don't like the pacing of the anime. They want them to improve on that. They did it with Kingdom. Kingdom had a huge, amazing manga community that requested some changes be made to the anime, and we saw those things get implemented, which in my opinion made things more of an enjoyable experience to watch the series, okay? So the overall message is this: if you truly care about a series and you truly want to see them improve, then you have to critique it. You can't just mindlessly follow it because you're in love with the source material. Understand the difference between source material and the anime adaptation. Things could be really great in the source material, but bad on the anime adaptation side, and vice versa. So to any of the people in the Webtoon community, I hope you guys can understand that some people that critique the anime aren't speaking from a malicious place. They honestly just at times want to see it be the best anime that it could be, okay? For an example, I mean, I'm someone that has always stated I thought TOG had a lot of potential, but I wanted them to fix some things on the adaptation side. And I also made a couple of jokes saying it seemed like Bomb was a simp. One of the biggest simps that I've seen in anime, actually. And actually, a couple of fans of the series who's been fans for a very long time read the source material, told me, yeah, they agreed. In season 1, he was a bit of a simp, but there's some character development and it opens up to a really good story. They also highlighted a lot of the issues that were in the anime adaptation as well. You can see these are people that have been fans of the series for a long time, but they aren't afraid to be real about the anime adaptation or the story in general, and they didn't see that as me attacking the series because I wasn't. I was just noting something that was obvious to a lot of people that watched the anime. Okay? Doesn't mean that I hate it, doesn't mean that I dislike it. ReZero is one of my favorite animes, and it's an anime that is based around a guy that's a bit of a simp. Okay, and I think it makes for a good story at times. And I don't mean that he's going to be a simp forever. I just stated what my opinion was at that time, okay? But you had these other people who I think are more so on the mindless bot drone side of things, who in all honesty can't take the most smallest bit of criticism about this series. If someone isn't saying it's a 10 out of 10, they just spread hate. They just call people dumb, idiots, or whatever. And I think that's more so of them having emotional issues internally, because why are you this upset about someone calling an imaginary anime character a simp and joking about it, especially when people that have been a fan of the series for a very long time and called this series their favorite series can actually agree with that notion, okay? So that's just my thoughts on everything. I think that's why there's so many different groups of people spreading hate. Overall, my opinion is this. I think it has a lot of potential. I think there is some issues with the adaptation that people that have been fans of the series have even noted. It doesn't mean that they hate their favorite series. No, they just want to see it improve. And at the end of the day, you're not doing your favorite series any favors by just mindlessly calling it a 10 out of 10 when they get their anime adaptation. There's going to be some errors made, and you have to note those errors if you want to see an amazing final product. And just to add one more thing, I think the whole argument is just based around two different experiences. You have the people that are new to the series that are going based on the anime adaptation, and then you have another set of people who are going based on the source material. But remember, the discussion is the anime, not the source material. So it's not the viewer's fault if there was issues with depicting certain things from the original source material because it wasn't displayed on the anime. So you can't be mad at viewers for seeing things differently because at the end of the day, they weren't giving full context. And that's not their fault. That's the people that created the anime's fault. Okay? Which is why it's important to criticize the anime instead of mindlessly saying it's a 10 out of 10. Because you have situations like this. All right? And remember, you're jumping into a conversation about the anime, not about the source material.